So I just had a run-in with the Satanic Temple. Now these guys here, being a former Satanist myself of about 4 years, I was a LaVey Satanist after being a long-standing Christian, raised a Christian. I saw these guys posting a blog talking about the government chipping, and they were asking themselves, what is the stance of the Satanic Temple of forced government chipping? And of course, they're all dismissive of, the government will never do that, blah, blah, blah. And we already have tracking devices, which is our cell phones, which, okay, fine, valid argument stuff. But then I posed the question, what if the government wanted to chip a fetus, an unborn fetus? And immediately they're like, well, the fetus is inside the mother. You can't force the mother to do anything. I said, okay, well then what about a mother who wants to chip her fetus? Because the first 5 commandments of the Satanic Temple is strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. The struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should be prevail over laws and institutions. And number 3, one's own body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. Well, immediately, and I'll even throw in number 4 here. For the freedoms of others should be respected. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of others is to forego your own. In 5, beliefs should conform to science to the best of our understanding of the world. We should take care to never to distort scientific fact to fit our beliefs and feelings. Well, first off, right away, number 5 is violated by the Satanic Temple constantly. Almost everything they believe is based on feelings over facts. They'll pull out facts when they argue with someone, but 90% of their actual agenda is based off personal feelings towards whatever political topic it be. But when I asked this question, what if a mother decided to chip her own fetus? We had quite a split of ones who actually did answer the question. They were very adamant they were not going to answer this question. The first thing we had a couple that said, I guess it's okay, and we had a couple that said absolutely not, because that violates the rights of a child. And I said, well, this isn't a child according to you people. This is just a piece of meat. And they're like, well, it's in her body. It's a part of her body. No, it's not a part of her body. It's not even her DNA. And according to you and your own arguments, it is nothing but just a piece of tumor, a sliver. It is a foreign object in her body. That is according to the Satanic Temple. So what is wrong with chipping it then? And then one person says, trying to remember the closest equation here. I don't have it in front of me, and I actually left the conversation as I expected I would, because they just, as liberals do, they love to just flood you with thousands of questions like Pierce Morgan would. So that way there's no way you can keep up with the conversation being just one person against 5. I'm trying to remember exactly what I was trying to get at as I just went on that little tangent. She said that, well, it's okay to do it because the child is a minor. So I'm like, okay, so you don't believe children have rights. That one's own body is not subject to their own will. So I guess you would support a teen's parents forcing that teen to have an abortion or force them to have a baby then, since they are underage, they have no rights. You just said this. Her response is, do you let your kids do whatever they want? Well, we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. She refused to answer any further questions. They immediately, all of them said I was just an uneducated idiot. They have no idea what my educational background is or where I'm even coming from. They demanded me to answer if I was a supporter or not. I only supported their means of fighting forced prayer in school and things like that. But as for the Satanic Temple itself, no, I do not support it, because I find it to be, it's a sham. It's a shill. It's nothing but any more than the Pastafarians. It's a phony religion for liberals to hide behind and use just to push liberal agenda. I only supported it because I was only in alliance. I was not ever a member of the STS. Or the TST, you get that backwards, my dyslexia going. But these people cannot answer that question. rightfully so, because they couldn't even agree right there in their own arguments against me. All of them agreed. They hated me. They wanted me to shut up. They didn't like me asking questions. They did not want a simple question. I just told them that they're like, oh, this is a gotcha question. Oh, we got you. Oh, yeah, we understand what you're trying to do. It's not a gotcha question. It's just, I call out bullshit. I don't care who you are. If you're Christians, Muslims, Satanists, I don't give a shit. Even pagans. That's what I'm here for. I'm to call out double standard bullshit when I see it. And that's exactly what they have. They have this whole belief that everyone, you have no right to encroach on anyone's rights or freedoms, but it only works if they can convince themselves that a human is not a human until the umbilical cord is cut. But just to piss them off, I actually took their own little rules and I stuck them here with this nice little picture. And it's amazing that taken out of the context they put, even though using the words in absolute context, but taken out of the context of a fetus is not a human, which it is. It has human DNA. It's a human. It is not just a blood cell. There is a lot going on there. It is a lie that liberals tell themselves just so that it's the only thing they have to get away with abortion in the first place. These 5 rules are actually pro-life rules. They are the most pro-life argument, and it was created by one of the most anti pro-life groups in existence. So feel free to screenshot that, make it yourself if you want. I have it up on the Unapologetic Pagans Facebook, so you can go download it yourself. But it's a simple question. Do you believe that a mother has the right to chip her unborn child? They can't answer the question. No matter how they answer the question, it is a violation of one of their tenets, because you can't have tenets like that and still hold the belief that that a person is not a person until the umbilical cord is cut. You just can't. It's two completely opposing views that they, in their fantasy world, just push as hard as they can to make a reality. That is the biggest reason I cannot possibly be a member of the group. I had actually refused membership when asked. I said, I will be a silent supporter. I do not want my name affiliated with the group. But a friend who was a priestess of the organization, she signed me up for their chat group anyways. So I actually do have an insider's view. Whenever I do chime in, they immediately call me a troll. They call me, an uninformed idiot. I'm just there to stir shit, which I am, because you're saying shit. You're saying bullshit, and I'm just calling you out on it. So, I don't support the TST. I applaud them for the efforts they do with going to try to put in the satanic coloring book or activity book for children in schools. Again, that's a double standard that I call out on, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But when you guys are no longer fighting the enemy, you become my enemy.